Hello there, and welcome to another Consulting Room Pause for Thought. This time we're talking about something which is nearly 100 years old, called Monroe's motivated sequence. Sounds a bit fancy, but really it's a fabulous framework for persuading, for selling. So in our business, we want to sell our products and services, and we may get the opportunity of a 10-minute talk, a 1-hour presentation, or this could refer to our whole marketing strategy. It's a really useful framework for thinking about how you get your message across. So Alan Monroe was a professor at Purdue University in the United States, and back in the 1930s he came up with this sequence for motivating people to action, and it really lends itself very well to a sales process, or to your marketing, or to an individual opportunity that you get to talk to somebody to persuade them to take action, whether that's buying your product and service at this point or going on to the next stage in your sales funnel. And it's attention, grab their attention, create a need or demonstrate a need for your product or service, show that you satisfy that need that they have, get them to visualize experiencing the product and what life is like after the product, and then make sure that you push them to know exactly what action you want them to take. So we'll just look at each of those things individually. The first one, grab attention. Steve Jobs, this is actually one of the best marketing videos that you can come across. Steve Jobs talking about marketing when he went back to Apple in, I think, 97, and changed the whole way that they worked and really changed the way that they got their message across as well. And one thing he said, it's a very noisy world and we don't have much time to get a message across to people. So you've got to grab attention. Now, Apple, with its big brand, doesn't need to grab attention. People already know who it is. As a small business, you need to shoehorn yourself in there. You need to grab attention, get people to notice you. You need to engage your audience, and for that you need to know who your audience is. So if you're giving a talk, who's going to be there, and in a wider level, if it's your marketing strategy, who's your ideal client. You've got to have a clear picture of that so that you can go through the sequence, but you've got to engage them, and that may at the start be using a fascinating fact that they didn't know, or that is absolutely surprising to them. It could be a visual. Visuals work really well to grab attention, or it could be a joke. I used to start a talk that I gave on listening with this. My wife said to me the other day, "You haven't been listening to a word I've said, have you?" And I thought, that's a funny way to start a conversation. That's not the best joke in the world, but it's a joke, and it works, and it's relevant to the theme of listening, which is the talk I give. So if you can find something that grabs attention, that's a joke, that's a fascinating fact, then it can be a really useful way to jolt people out of the other 100 things that they're probably thinking about at the same time. So across the internet, a great resource for finding out fascinating facts. So let's just have a look at this one. Did you know that a third of adults still sleep with a comfort object from their childhood? Could use a visual with that. There's old Linus from Peanuts with his blanket, just to make the fact. But this comes from a survey by Sleepopolis that revealed that 34% of people still have a stuffed animal, a blanket, or another anxiety-reducing item of sentimental value that they take to bed with them every night. It's just a way to grab attention, a way to get people thinking, a way to jolt people out of, oh, here's another chat about something that we're not interested in. And if you're talking to 100 people in the room, then perhaps 34 of them will sleep with a comfort blanket or a soft toy or whatever it happens to be. So you'll be speaking directly to them. Once you've grabbed their attention, you need to highlight a need that they have, a problem that they have, a problem that your products or service or yourself can solve. So you've got to make that clear. You've got to show them why the current situation, the status quo, is not good enough, why something needs to change. And you may be doing that using data, information, images, again, are always great. Stories, build a storytelling sequence into it. And what you're looking for is an emotional response. You want to get people to feel something, to feel particularly the pain, the need that they have. So you've got to dig down into that. It could be a happy feeling that you're trying to create. So the John Lewis adverts that you'll be familiar with at Christmas, this is probably the peak one, 2014, Monty the Penguin. They're just designed to get you into a happy state and to associate that with John Lewis. But actually, negative emotions are far more likely to drive action. I do a talk on language, and one of the things I started with is, did you know that there are 20 billion chickens in the world, but there are only 20,000 lions? That's 1 million chickens to every lion. And that's because chickens are useful to us as humans. We've created a world where we farm chickens because we eat their meat, we eat their eggs all across the world, so they're useful to us, so we farm them. Lions, absolutely useless to us. We don't eat their meat, we don't drink their milk, we don't use their skins, so no point in keeping lions. Now, it's a controversial sort of statement, but what I'm trying to do there is get an emotional response from people. Hopefully, for a lot of people in the audience, that will make them feel sad. Only 20,000 lions left in the world, they're dying out. Our children may live in a world where there aren't any lions. It might make you angry about what we're doing to the world, but it's getting an emotional response. And that's what you're looking to do at this stage of need. You create an emotional connection with people. Once you've done that, once you've created the need, then you're looking to present the solution, to show how you, your products, your services satisfy that need. Show how your product or service makes that pain go away in some way, shape or form. Here is Barry Scott, who you may remember if you're in the UK from the Seal It Bang adverts. Bang, and the dirt is gone. Now that's a very simple way of presenting the solution. You do this and your dirt problem goes away. You're probably not going to have as simple a message as that, but you want to present it as simply as possible so that people understand that your business is the one that can take away their problem. And once you've done that, then you're looking to get them to visualize the future, to think about the experience of using your product or service, or particularly life after the solution. What's it going to be like when you've had the solution, when your problem has been solved, when your pain has gone away because of your product or service? So get people to connect emotionally again with that image. It can be as simple as, if you buy the right sausages, then you'd have a fabulous barbecue with a pink flamingo in the paddling pool. And in fact, one of the largest companies on the planet, Coca-Cola, has for the last 100 years had this as the centerpiece of their marketing. They just want to show how happy you are if you drink Coca-Cola. You'll see that time and time and time again in Coke adverts. It's really just getting you to associate being happy with having a drink of Coke. And that's what you want to do. You want to show people how happy they'll be, how good life will be after you've solved their problem. Get them to actually visualize that, not just think it, not just talk about it, but get them to visualize that picture. And then if you've done that, you've done all the hard work. Fifth point, get them to do something. No point in painting that magic picture and getting them to appreciate you're the right person if they don't know what to do next. So you need to have a clear call to action. It's got to be very, very clear to them what you want them to do. And that may not be buy straight away, depending on what it is that you sell. It may be to go to the next stage of your funnel, to visit your website, to sign up for an email, to have a meeting, to go to an event, to visit a particular location. But be clear on what they need to do next, so that you're driving that action after all your hard work of the first few stages. So here's just a brief example. Netflix, you're all familiar with, presents its proposition and you have a very clear call to action. Here's what you do. You click here, join free for a month. That's nice and easy to understand. So do you make it easy for your potential clients and customers to understand what you want them to do to get them to the next stage? So that's it. Monroe's motivated sequence. Grab people's attention, show that there's a need, show how you satisfy that need, get them to visualize the future when you've solved their problem, and then make it very, very clear what action you want them to take. And now, whether that's in 10 minutes, whether it's in 2 hours, or whether it's your whole marketing strategy, that's a fabulous framework for thinking about how you get your message across and persuade people to do what you want them to do, to buy your stuff, to help you grow your business. So that's today's pause for thought. That's Michael and I's contact details if you want to get in touch. But there'll be another pause for thought coming along very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.